House Equity Line of Credit Calculator, a practical tool when obtaining a finance. Getting your very own residence is the best American dream. Numerous Americans strive to recognize this desire. Those that are able to realize this desire discover it very helpful. You already own your home, as well as even for those people who are able to acquire their house via home loan can benefit from their possession and their equity. This is because of the expanding appeal of Residence Equity Line of Credit. Home Equity Line of Credit, or HELOC, is readily available for those who require money. Their home is their security. Some charitable organizations give funding of as much as 85% of the equity. You can make use of the cash for myriad of reasons. However, it is recommended that you just get a lending for extremely important matters, like residence enhancement, youngsters' university education and learning, as well as in many cases to pay clinical costs. A Residence Equity Line of Credit Calculator might assist you choose. If you are seriously taking into consideration to take out a lending as well as utilize your residence as collateral, you might take a look at the interest rates, and the Residence Equity Credit Line Calculator offered in the net may aid you calculate the rates of interest as versus various other finance facilities. Although, based on the preliminary study as well as experience of some consumers that have actually made use of their house as security, also without the use of the Residence Equity Credit Line Calculator, it can be outrightly claimed that the Home Equity Line of Credit might provide the lowest rate of interest. But then again, you might need to take into consideration having a look at with the Residence Equity Line of Credit Calculator, because you might locate that house equity loan may be better. This is due to the fact that even with the greater rate of interest of the home equity funding as versus the home equity line of credit, the settlement of residence equity car loan is regular and you pay the passion as well as part of the primary loan. House Equity Credit Line, especially with the help of the House Equity Line of Credit Calculator, might reveal you lower rates of interest. Nonetheless, because rates of interest of Home Equity Line of Credit varies, there is risk that you will certainly end up paying a lot more in a line of credit. The House Equity Credit Line Calculator might work for the residence equity loan besides in the line of credit history, since in a house equity loan, you pay fixed passion as well as take care of month-to-month payments. The Home Equity Credit Line Calculator is useful, thus you might need to check it out first prior to you make a decision which center to make use of. If you are not a risk taker, you may not want to place your house on the line. Other lending centers may work to you. For this reason, you may need to find various other details on exactly how to manage your financial resources, consisting of the possibility of getting financing through Home Equity Line of Credit. The web is a great resource of information, as well as a result of the existence of a Residence Equity Line of Credit Calculator. You will recognize beforehand what ideal course to take to stay clear of future problems. House Equity Line of Credit details. The House Equity Credit Line is a tool used by house owners who wish to borrow against the equity in their house. There are a number of various types of house equity credit lines. These distinctions are frequently based on the interest rate billed the property owner. Occasionally, a home equity line of credit will certainly have variable rate of interest. With variable rates of interest, the homeowner cannot know for sure from month to month what the interest repayment will certainly be. The rates of interest on the funding will certainly vary equal as the interest rate established by the Federal Reserve Board. In many cases, the House Equity Credit Line supplies a reduced initial rate of interest. These prices audio appealing, however they hide the truth that the house owner will later be asked to pay a considerably higher rate. The property owner needs to review the loan materials thoroughly in order to find out precisely what the payments could be at a much later date. Other differences in the Residence Equity Credit Line usually worry the prices of the application process. Some offers of a Residence Equity Line of Credit included a large one-time fee. Various other deals for a House Equity Line of Credit could stay clear of reference of such a fee, however after that add continuing prices. It is additionally possible that a Residence Equity Line of Credit could add a balloon repayment. This is a sizable repayment that is demanded from the house owner once the duration of the deal of credit score has ended. Alternate deals for a Residence Equity Credit Line could avoid asking for a high balloon settlement, however rather request much higher regular monthly payments. If the differences in the different types of residence equity credit lines confuse the homeowner, after that it might be better to think about alternatives to the home equity line of credit. The house owner who does not wish to get a home equity line of credit can either take out a second mortgage or borrow from credit limit that do not make use of the residence as security. In order to borrow from credit lines that do not use the residence as collateral, the property owner needs to seek those who value what he has to use. Possibly he owns land in a distant area where the land worth is increasing. This can perhaps be used as collateral on a different type of line of credit. A small business owner who did not want to risk his home for a home equity credit line may require to think about using the business as collateral.